My name is Marcella Wilbanks. I am the virtual production engineer here in Full Sail Studio V1. My job is to be behind the computers in the back of the room, controlling the world that's going up onto the screens. My role in the Halloween project is preparing the virtual environment. So I'm building one of them from scratch. We've bought a few different assets and we're kind of kit bashing them together is the phrase that they use. I'm recording that entire process from start to finish of getting that environment set up and ready to go with virtual production in mind. So making sure that the in-display fits into the scene and that you can have enough room and enough variation in the depth of the environment to really show off what the screens can do. In order to create an environment like the one behind me, there's a few steps involved. If you're building it completely from scratch, then you need to model each individual object, and then you need to add textures to that object and then place it into a scene and arrange it in a compelling way, and then light that environment. And then once it gets, that's like the environment creation process. To get it prepped to come in here, there's a few other things that need to be added to the project. For example, a particular type of mesh that we call in-display, and that is basically a virtual representation of the LED wall itself. So it's built to scale, so that needs to be added to the project, and that needs to be set up to connect to a camera, and then that camera has information that is getting sent to it from the real-life camera through the tracking system that we're using, so it knows where its location is in relative to the screen itself. The differences between doing some kit bashing versus making your entire environment from scratch. If I was to make this from scratch, for example, I would have had to make every single individual book and texture every single book and every single bookshelf and all of the different the chairs and the furniture and everything in the room, and then texture all of those things and then put them into the room. But now, because I've got all those assets that I downloaded, I can just kind of sort of play with it like Legos and like, okay, well, where do these pieces fit together? How can I make this look interesting? How can I add some variety here? So it kind of gets more straight into like the creation of the artistic vision side of it, and kind of skips over the the asset creation. So, but the benefit of making it for yourself, by yourself, from scratch, is that you have the ability to make something really bespoke and custom. So if it's something that I really wanted, a particular type of book with a particular cover, for example, we wanted to highlight Wolfman or something like that, then I could make that myself. Where I'm kind of stuck with whatever they give me.